Hey, what's up, everyone? Hope everyone's having a good Saturday night. All right, today we're going to be covering. So this. Today we're going to be covering Conor McGregor himself. The Mac is back. He's going to be fighting soon on the White House against Michael Chandler. Now, this has been a long time coming. This has been set to, they've been set to fight for a long time, and I think McGregor was just kind of like, stringing him along. Like he knows that he's always going to be there. So he kind of took his time. Obviously, coming from the, the injury that was nasty, that takes a while. But obviously, McGregor ain't going to be as sharp. But Chandler ain't really been that active neither. So we shall see how that unfolds. But let's take a look at let me just show you this. So let's actually take a look at the post and the interview where Conor McGregor revealed everything. So this is the post. McGregor confirms wants Michael Chandler at the White House event. Now this is going to be a special event. As he said, Michael Chandler and myself have done the Ultimate Fire. He's a good, tough guy. The Mac excited to get back. Let's hear it from the Mac himself.
Be a fight at the White House. They're making up the cards now. Does Conor McGregor want to be a part of that?
I'm on it.
You're on
I'm on it. Well,
Who you
I
fighting?
am. This is me. Michael Chandler. Michael Chandler and myself have done the show, The Ultimate Fighter. We've had a good back and forth. He's a good, tough guy. And, the Mac is excited to get back for sure.
With Dana White and UFC, there'll be a fight at the White House. They're making up the cards now. Does Conor McGregor want to be a part of that?
So there you go. The Mac will be back. I mean, it's going to be exciting stuff. It's always good for Conor McGregor to be back because, he is the star of the whole combat sports. Really, even till now, he's still the biggest name, or if not, at least top three. Who are you going to put in your top three? Jake Paul? I mean, not really. Not nearly to the superstardom that Conor McGregor had and still does to a certain degree. Albeit it's not going to be to the, astronomical degree that he used to be, but it's still Conor McGregor. The name still has value to everything that he does. So he's still the superstar. But in terms of the fight, I don't really like this fight for him, to be honest. At this stage, he's not nowhere near the the danger that he used to be. He's no longer feared. He's no longer the notorious. He's just Conor now. And that's just the fight game, everything evolves and everything moves on. And if you ain't active, if you ain't fighting always consistently, then it's going to be very tough on you because the fight game requires you to be active. It's such a grueling sport that combat sports in general, that you have to be active, and a lot can change even in just a year. So imagine what more in a few years. He hasn't had a fight in what, 2022? I believe 2023. That's a long time. So correct me if I'm wrong though. I think let me know. I can't remember specifically, but his last fight was against Poirier, Dustin, where he broke his leg. Ever since then, really, he's been cruising. I mean, he's even had talks of running for president in Ireland. So that just tells you where his mind is currently. Definitely ain't the fight game. And to be honest, he's earned that. He's done everything. He's completed at the age of 27. What more do you need? But another thing that I want to show you is so I posted a video, edited it, collaborated with Big Bo Mac, the trainer of Terence Bud Crawford. Um, Let me just get it in the reels. Okay, I'm gonna share it with you now. We're gonna watch it. So it's basically a an edit I did of an old school edit, basically making Terence Crawford's fight with Canelo look old school. Let me show you. I'm gonna share the screen now. Let's go full screen on this one. Okay. So this is where I edited it and collaborated with Bomac. An old school edit. Boom, boom, boom. That was such a sick fucking fight. I mean, I just loved it. I loved every single bit of it, and it's like an old school fight. It really is. Um, what can I say? That's why I edited it like this because they fought like one. I mean, why not just edit it in a way that is old school? Kind of reminds you of the 15 round fighters, the champions back then. And let's take a look at the comments. Um, I said Canelo and Crawford, the loss of a dying breed, old school fighters, collaborated with Big Bomac, Dino Garner, Big Bomac with a collab, big moves. That's my guy, Dean Gardner, Dean the Mean Machine Gardner. So if you don't know him, he is my boy, and he's gonna be one of the future champs in the super lightweight division. And right now, he's campaigning for a title fight for the Southern Area um, title. So watch out for him. Mean Dean Gardner. They're so elegant. No blind brawl. Look at his guard, the shoulder, the stance. Man, body's one of a kind. He definitely is. And honestly, like, even though it looks like he's just brawling, he actually had a lot of technicality into it. Look, like the guy said, the guard. It's just the shoulder, like the stance, and also just like the way how he would roll with punches, and every single is kinetic. It's chain boxing, so every single thing from the block would lead to an uppercut, and the uppercut would lead to a roll, and everything was just beautiful to watch. Now we used to see this in the younger Canelo, but as it as he ages, he fades, and those type of skills are no longer available because your athleticism, like he said, his body fails him, and that's just what happens in boxing. The body fails you. This is a young man's sport. No matter how great you are, Father Time will catch up with you, and he remains unbeaten. If you don't believe me, look at one of the greatest of all time in Mike Tyson. Look at his last fight with Jake Paul. This still looks more impressive than those OG black and white fights. It does. Your whole training team deserves a lot of respect for getting Bud ready to take on Canelo. I love the whole fight, but Bud's last two rounds showed his ability to swing on a big opponent. It was the best fight of at least 5 to 10 years. I mean, it was a great fight, technical fight. I mean, there's definitely more fan-friendly fights in the last 5 to 10 years. Um, but yeah, that's a great observation by Edward William Kivlin. This is obviously um towards Brian Bomac. And yeah, it is fascinating to see the last 2 rounds. It was actually in the championship round. It was Crawford that was actually, swinging, especially the last seconds of the fight. In the dying embers, it was him that was fresh. So I believe that Crawford weight ain't an issue. And like I said, even believe him to. I think he can beat Benavides. Is that going to be too much for him? I don't know. But I never bet against Crawford. But he definitely is strong. He's still, even at this weight, at 168, I still believe he's one of the strongest at that. Even though he's a smaller guy that comes from the smaller weight classes, the lighter weight classes, he's still pound for pound, he's just strong. This guy can deadlift like 200 something pounds. No, not pounds, kg. 200 kg. That's impressive, man. And that was back when he was in 135 fighting at 140. Let's take a look at the comments. Classic. Bud was busting him up. The announcers barely could call all the punches to the head he was hitting Canelo with. 2 pieces, 3 pieces, 4 pieces, and even 5 pieces. He wanted head up to toe. He wanted head up to toe, backing Canelo up and walking him down a wheel. That's true. And that's the thing that surprised me a lot. In that I know Crawford's a dog, but when he started walking him down and started fighting and throwing more combinations, every single time Canelo would throw a punch, I was like, damn, he was really in there. And the thing that most people really missed is that when the fight started getting into the trenches, so to speak, Canelo actually started backing down. Canelo started touching gloves, started being more friendly because he knows that he's in there with a real dog. Crawford, but I mean, he was in there for the kill. Mean killing machine. And that's what Canelo didn't really have. And that's what he lacks. And that's why I believe he lost this fight. Because if he really dogged it out, I believe that this fight would be a lot more closer. But he coasted towards the end of the last few rounds, second half of the fight, just because he already knew that it's been lost, and there's just nothing that he can do against the smaller man that is a stronger man on that night, and also the more skilled fighter with a higher boxing IQ, and that's what he underestimated. He thought that this is going to be an easy fight because he's going against a smaller fighter, but he didn't really see or anticipate how strong Crawford would be on the night. Look at Bud right lead foot. It's staying on the outside of Canelo's left lead foot, and Bud got inside to smother Canelo's punches. Bud with the longer arms shortened his shots. Exactly. So that's actually beautiful. Great observation by Josh McRae. And that's very true because look, whenever you have a Southpaw and Orthodox fighting, it's always the battle of the foot. And whoever gets in the outside of the foot controls the power punches coming down the middle. So what Bud ensured during this fight is that he actually got the outside of the foot so he can control it and throw his power shots, whereas Canelo would be off balance and he would only be really stifled to his jabs or a short hook if he can even throw that. The champ. Better than a Rocky or a Creed movie. That boy Bud is bad. That is true, my guy. Money's underscore king. Shout out to you. But Bud is bad, man. He is that guy. He's him. What can we say? Undisputed champion, full division. Need I say more? He's definitely one of the greatest of all time. Definitely the GOAT of this time, this era. Now it's an argument between him and Usyk. Who are you gonna pick, depending on your how you really rank it. For me, pound for pound, I believe Crawford is number one. In terms of right now, Usyk is just more proven because he fought, I mean, AJ twice, Dubois, Fury twice. Now those are, big names, and not just big names, proven champions too. Remember he beat Dubois after he knocked out Joshua, and an undefeated Fury too. So those just ranks a little bit higher, but really Crawford just needs a little bit more name under his belt, bigger names anyway. Usyk is towards the end of his career. He's only got maybe 2, 3 fights left, but I feel like Crawford's still got a few left in him, maybe 5 or 6. I don't know. Is he gonna go for that 50? We shall see. But I believe that he only really needs a Benavides. That would be a great fight, right? If he fights him at 175 and beats him at that, I mean, that's it. He's beat Usyk's record, really, in terms of like being the GOAT of this era. And also, I mean, we just living in one of the golden ages of boxing when you think about it. And that's all really thanks to Turki Al because he's made this possible. And we can't really complain. The Riyadh season has been a tremendous blessing to boxing and fight fans altogether. Uh, but as I was saying, I just believe that Crawford can surpass all the greats of the recent era. Manny Pacquiao, Floyd Mayweather. He just has, like I mentioned in my previous video, take a look at that in what's next for Terence Crawford. He just needs to take a few more fights that will catapult him into a stratosphere that no one can touch, and that's beating Benavides, perhaps even unifying a 160, 165. But we shall see. So we don't actually know what will happen, what his next move is, and he may even retire for all we know. But it would be great to see him become the GOAT of this era, undisputed, unequivocal. No one can question it, none whatsoever. That's what I want to see, and that's what I believe he can do. That's how great he is. Um, and let me just see if we got anything. Don't forget to follow, by the way, guys. This is my Instagram right here for more boxing content, comedy stuff, funny stuff, skits, all of this. This is my social media handle. So for Instagram, make sure to follow that. Okay, boxing, training, motivational stuff, all the good stuff. All right. Well, I hope you like this video and I hope you enjoy. Let me come back to you guys. There you go. I hope you like this video and make sure to subscribe to the channel. I have merch coming along, so I'm working on it. Don't worry, it'll be available soon. If you can support this channel and whatever, and my Patreon as well, um, if you can help me out as a small creator, it would be a massive help. See you on the next one, guys. All right. See you. Cut. Peace. I'm out.